So there are three different paths that people can go to get to the end road of divorce. We call those ADR, alternative dispute resolutions. There's mediation, collaboration, and litigation. Amanda was kind enough to go over mediation. In a moment, we're going to go over collaboration with Ben, and we're going to go over litigation with Chris. But first, I want to give Ben a proper introduction here. I think he deserves that. So Benjamin Yip is a certified family law specialist and was named as a rising star in San Diego by Super Lawyers in 2023. Ben is a graduate of the University of California, San Diego and Loyola Law School. As a San Diego-based divorce lawyer, Ben specializes in all aspects of complex family law litigation. Ben has litigated all issues involved in divorce and paternity cases and focuses his practice on high asset and complex marital estates. Ben is known for his principles, strategic approach towards his cases that are often contentious. Please help me welcome Benjamin Yip.
Thank you. Cool, okay. Hi, everybody. Happy to be here. Thank you very much, Brett and Jason, and my esteemed colleagues. Like Jason was saying, I'm mainly known for litigation and handling complex litigation, but today I'm here to talk about collaborative law, and I'm going to apologize as this slide presentation is going to be pretty dull because we're going to go about a 10,000-foot overview, and all these slides are created by AI, not artificial intelligence, but attorney intelligence. Okay, enough with the bad jokes. All right, collaborative law. I would normally go through and go each separate of these bullet points, but given the time constraints that we have, the one big thing that you should understand is collaborative law fits right in the middle between where Amanda's at with mediation and where Chris and usually are at with litigation. All right, the benefits to collaborative law is you still have attorneys that can represent you. You have the ability to create a team that will help you come up with creative solutions on how to get to that win-win. The whole idea behind collaborative law is for you to do everything what collaboration says. Just work together. Work together for the benefit of your kids, work together for the benefit of your assets, and work together to build the future that your family needs in a two-household family, essentially, okay? So the other cool thing that is kind of like mediation with collaborative law is the decisions are made by the parties. They're not made by a judge. They're not made by the attorneys. They're made by the parties. They work together with representation. So sometimes people go into mediation and, like Amanda says, and I'm sure she's familiar with it, is they kind of don't really have anybody else. There's just themselves, and they may not be familiar with the whole process. So collaborative law will allow them to have a team around them that can help them answer those questions, that can look out for their interests, that can let them know, well, if you were to go to court, these are the things that the judge would most likely order. These are the things that you would be most likely faced with. This is basically the marching orders that you would get from somebody who may or may not have even spent 15 minutes reviewing the facts of your case, and then they're going to tell you how you're going to live your life. I don't know about you, but I don't want to live my life that way. I'd like to have a little more control over that, and that's what collaborative law will let you do. So why collaborative divorce? We kind of touched upon that. One really key thing to point out on this one is that middle bullet point, okay? It's that it's designed to minimize hostility. All right, because when you sign up for collaborative law as somebody that wants to go down that road, you're signing up to say, I respect my soon-to-be former partner enough to know that I may not be romantically involved with them anymore, but I know that I respect them enough to help them build the future that they want to build, just like they respect me to build the future that I want, for whichever future that looks like. We're not going to be together, but let's support each other, and let's help each other get to a healthier spot than where we're at right now. And that's the bottom bullet point. It's based on respect. So we touched upon the collaborative divorce team, and obviously I would be a lawyer in that. Unfortunately, I am not trained to do collaborative law. There's about 40 attorneys in San Diego that have that additional training. I'm in the process of doing that now and adding that to my repertoire. But this would be a team. You could have all of these different specialists working with, in this case, your clients, to help them come to that resolution, right? So you can kind of go through each one of these. I like the fact that you could probably fall into a financial specialist as a real estate agent, because you can help them figure out what's the best way to handle that house, right? Just like you can also have a divorce coach too that can help you handle all the emotions that come with it, to help you come back to that area of respect that you need to work from. And then last but not least, some considerations for collaborative divorce. When I was asked to do this talk, I kind of thought about what would be the best way to convey this. So I'm going to ask a quick poll in the room. Avengers or Game of Thrones? Which one do you guys like better?
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. Okay. So normally, how many of you guys, all of you guys watch Game of Thrones? So you know when Tyrion asked to have somebody fight for him in that pit, and he picked, I guess, was that the Viper, and he had to fight the Mountain because he's fighting by proxy. Okay, that would be litigation. All right. So you're going to fight and you're going to litigate and you're going to have people go jousting against you, and ugly things happen and people's eyeballs get popped out, right? So we're all familiar with that, and people's heads explode. Well, in collaborative divorce, you can hire attorneys to represent you to help you come up with a respectful way to resolve your issue, right? So Tyrion could actually represent somebody, in that process. And if that process doesn't work out, and you have to litigate, and you have to hire somebody like Chris and I, right? You can't use the same person that you did for collaborative divorce. It stops there. Every single professional on that team can't be your fighter in litigation, because everything that you do during that collaborative process stays confidential, just like in mediation, okay? One last thing I want to leave you guys that's a little bit of a tangential thing, but just a consideration as you guys kind of go through all this. Jason touched upon it a little bit, and Amanda touched upon it a little bit too. When somebody files for divorce, everything kind of just stops, right? It either stops because you want to keep each other safe, but you can't move forward without consent of the other party or judge's orders. And that's actually built into the paperwork in the petition for a divorce. It's actually the summons. There's the standard family law restraining orders. It's not the restraining order that says you can't go anywhere around that person, you can't be in that person's house. It's literally, you can't liquidate assets. You can't do anything that's going to put somebody else's financial position, make that worse than it would be, okay? I'm going to leave you with that thought, and I'll let Jason kind of come in and introduce Chris. So,
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ben.